So as the day winding down and I'm feeling somewhat tired, see the sun going down. Right. Pretty good day. Look forward to having a pretty good night. I need to get some work done. Been out all day. Been out all day shooting B-roll. Getting lost in a mall that you haven't been to in 5-10 years. Yeah. It didn't take a car, and it didn't take $1 million, and it didn't take having to have somebody by my side. You know. I think I spent $14 on some mall food today just because. Just because being in the spirit of being in a mall and you have people around, you know, people they stand around in the food court and they eye each other down. It's like, I guess I gotta buy something. I guess if all the ghetto chicks talk about it's so much money in here today and they're walking back and forth. Again, the security guard told me to close my shirt. Bro, you don't see all these. I'm not even gonna talk about the black chicks or the people of color. All of these French folks, these white folks, I swear, boy, they need to go out to the beach. But man, these white girls, and they be coming in they be coming in sets of 3, 4, 5s, all wearing the same little cut up cowgirl Daisy Dukes on. Don't even want to look their way because they look underage. It's like, your parents really let y'all out the house like this? And then we already know how the black chicks do. They get the tightest dress that they could find to go out in public in, right? And then I'm standing behind two girls. They decide to compliment each other, you know. Both had a little work to do. They were not 5s. But I'm pretty sure thirsty dudes out there will probably tell them that they were 5 just because they had a dress on and they had big butts, which was just pretty strange. But like one of the girls, what's up? One of the girls gave the girl in front of her a compliment because the dress, I guess, matched her shoes. I wanted to say something to him too. I wanted to say, wow, I guess chicks really do dress for other chicks. Y'all must be trying to date and marry each other. Couldn't give me a compliment? I'm just joking. I wasn't doing like that. Even though I did have a group of chicks drive past me with their top down. Talk about, yeah, leave that shirt open. Like, really. The gym days are working out for me. Feeling like my old self again. I had an ex-girlfriend ask me if I'm modeling now. You must be watching my photos on social media. Yeah. Don't bring up my past. I'm trying to experience something new. But yeah, man. Interesting days. Nothing paranormal happened, you know. Just got a chance to look at some abstract art, some paintings, some scrap metal designs and things like that, you know. Got to see a bunch of faces today. I even had a white kid, probably fresh out of high school, with his younger friends. He was like, whoa, did you see that guy's chest? He has the stitches. I never seen it in person before. And I just looked back at him like this, and I winked my eye and laughed. I mean, what can you do when, you know, people notice these things, you know? 10 years ago, it was a white girl walking through the mall with her boyfriend's hand in her hand, but she still found the audacity to grab my ass as she was walking past me. Mall days. 10 years later, now it's the white boy like, yo, my God, bro, you see that guy's chest, man? And I think I actually walked around the whole mall all day with it exposed, and got a bunch of interesting side eyes and looks. They built the koi fish thing inside the mall. So I got a chance to, I didn't record it, but I got a chance to pray for the koi fish, or bow and give thanks. Them was some gigantic fish. But yeah, it's always good to give thanks to all the mystical creatures, you know, especially the endangered ones, the ones that we rarely pay attention to. You know, there were so many people worrying about COVID, worrying about C-19, but oh my God, these Europeans, and this is one of the reasons why you were roped off to Europe with your disease. We're in the middle of a pandemic, but there is almost more dogs in that mall today than babies. I kid you not. And then it's so crazy because I think they have like some type of dog walking thing. So I guess the people don't want to leave their dogs home. They bring their dogs to the mall with them, and there's a whole kiosk where they have random weirdos, well, I don't want to call them weirdos, walking your dogs for you all day until you finish shopping. Like, that's crazy. They wouldn't even put free healthcare or free daycare next to a job, but they'll freaking put a freaking doggy day camp inside a closed off mall. And you want to know what's even worse? We're used to hearing crying babies in the movie theaters. We don't even have movie theaters no more. I literally, in one of the biggest malls of South Florida, I saw literally 2 people in the movie theater. Outside of babies, now we have dogs barking all loud through the mall. And for the people that's walking the dogs, I felt their embarrassment. You know, me being an empath, I felt it, because when they have these untrained puppies, and they're pushing them around in strollers like they're babies. And as they're pushing past all the people, the dogs are just barking at people. And they have to pull them to the side and reprimand them like good little dogs. I'm pretty sure after a couple years, the dogs will learn, right? Now we're domesticated enough to walk in the malls with the humans. What's next? Birds. But yeah, man. Interesting day, man. Ready to change back into some more comfortable attire, you know. I wanted to run the experiment, you know, ask the random 20 women for their phone numbers, or ask them to rate me and see what they say. Probably wouldn't get too many honest answers, you know. It's weird like that, man. I don't know, man. It's like, again, they expect a man to say I love you, but you're obviously coming outside of the house to impress each other. You're dressing for each other, right? Man, I guess I made her so nervous that she malfunctioned and gave a woman a compliment. I got a whole man around y'all. But you know me. You know I'm low key. Like, I don't like aggressive women like I used to back when I was in my younger or my mid-20s. I'm more laid back and calm now. And then things have changed dramatically within the past 8 to 10 years. Like the social media thing. Whew. You'll have women complaining about a cold approach. Like, all they love is the social media likes. And it's like, how do you think your father, your grandfather, and your great-grandfather met your mother? There was no internet. There was no Facebook. There was no MySpace. There was no AOL dial-up. He walked up to that woman with all the courage he could muster and asked that woman out for a date. And it wasn't like she was the baddest, not like these plastics that we have nowadays. Women didn't have all these hair weave and wigs and makeup and lip gloss and all this other stuff. They was regular women. You could look each other in the eye and measure each other off face value. It's crazy. Like, what is social media nowadays? You log on to social medias, even though half y'all have Tinder and any other dating platform. Y'all be in these Facebook groups trying to date. But then if somebody on a social media platform asks you for your phone number, you act like that is a weirdo thing to do. Again, 20 years ago, you walked up to a girl, or 10 years ago, you walked up to a girl in high school and asked for her number. Like, I literally asked for a girl's number like 3 days ago. I don't normally DM people, but this was like a former client So it's like I want to try to make sure I keep up to date with them. You know, you have to follow up, something that you learn in customer service. And she gave me her number. Didn't fight, didn't all these other things. Man, and these are the women that we're going to pick over the ones that don't want to be a pick me, or the ones that want to act like it's men. If it's so much of an issue, if you think that you're such a bad chick, you think you're such a queen, why haven't anybody married you yet? If you think you're so special, why isn't there someone out there that thinks you're so special? No, you're not just putting up with guys BS and you can't find nobody to be with because all these guys are messed up. Why are you going after these types of guys? Why do you put yourself in these types of certain situations? Do you want a millionaire, or are you dressing up like a woman that wants to marry a millionaire? Are you going down to Wall Street to help a businessman or a man put together a business plan? Or do you just want to twerk and half dance until you get old and your body can't move anymore? And then you expect for someone to, 11-11, then you expect for someone to produce results or excuses or something for you. But yeah, man. You just gotta think about it, man. The mall was full of beautiful women today, but I did not speak to any of them. I politely sat in the middle of the eatery, the whatever you call it, the little lunch area, and just politely ate my rice and bourbon chicken. Played some music. Normally don't do that. Played music at my table as I sat there by my lonesome. Oh yeah, there were women around me, but they were busy eating, I should say. They wouldn't bother having lunch with me. Every single last one of them had their face in their cell phone, even if they were sitting with their girlfriends. All of them were sitting with their cell phone in their hand. Like, are you eating or are you DJing? Like, I don't understand. And then if I would have cold approached them, it would have been a whole hard to get issue. Like, wow, somebody left their keys in the door. Good Lord. Yeah, man. It even got to a point to where I was ignoring them so bad. We were playing the game so bad, should we say, because, you know, there's a thing called assumption, or how do you know she was looking at you, and how do you know they were paying attention to you, and why didn't you just... It's a game, man. It's a dance, a game that I don't like playing, and I don't have time to play. Like, for real. I'm not gonna, like... They got all this super long hair weave on, sitting next to each other. One friend is sitting up like this, with her hand like this, while the other friend is trying to take a look and sneak and look at me like this. Like, what are y'all doing? Just say hi. Just say hello. You're trying to look out the side of your eyes so hard to see what I'm eating, because the more expensive my meal looks, it probably looks like I'm spending more money. Look how I'm dressed. Like, you have to sneak and look at me like, wow. Why do female do sneaky things like that? Like, instead of just turning around and saying hello to the man, you'll try to act like you're shooting a selfie or a video. And I pass by them in public. They're not really doing anything in their phone. Just so y'all know. They're running through their settings and just swiping back and forth like this on their home screen, trying to act like they're doing something. But you got 200 unread messages in your inbox, right? You ain't got it like that, baby girl. You can't pull $1 million out of your pocket right now if you want to. You couldn't get a man to marry you right now if you want to. Because, yes, women have sex with who they want. But guess what? Men marry who they want. Women around here proposing to men. Are y'all crazy? Yeah, it's starting to fill in more and more and more, huh? You didn't really know what type of personality I had, huh? He doesn't really post his family online. Oh man, we got a chance to see his girl. Is that really his girl? Yeah, man. You'd be surprised how many beautiful bad chicks out there want to be married so bad, or want to have a relationship but can't make a relationship stretch for 2 years, versus a woman that may be beautiful in other ways, a woman that may be beautiful in other aspects, in other ways, to whoever beholds that eye at the time. I don't know, like I can step back as my mother's BM gets a million compliments every day about how curvy she is and how deep her dimples are in her cheeks and things like that. You know, I don't really have to campaign for it like that. I don't campaign for people. I don't even campaign for my parents. Yeah, man. But is this the third time I attempt to close this video out? Love you guys. Be safe. Have a good one.